Solomon Raj Joseph is Senior Product Director for CrimsonLogic in Singapore. Solomon has spent the past 17 years driving the implementation of mission-critical trade facilitation systems, national single windows, customs management, port logistics, and trade compliance systems. His experience of working in more than 15 countries around the world and is a Senior Product Director and Chief Architect of the trade facilitation platform TFP, which is used now in more than 20 countries. Solomon also contributes to the technology roadmap for CrimsonLogic, and his talk this morning will delve into the concept of the total trade platform. Again, for our fourth speaker this morning, please welcome from Singapore, Solomon.
Good morning, all. Thank you, Trevor. I would like to thank you and ESCAP also for giving us this opportunity to come and speak here to this amazing crowd. So let me get started. Did you know that 50% of the trade documents are either lost or misplaced or delayed due to manual process? And then another 70% of the data in the supply chain is duplicated. Well, it's surprising, is it? Some of the earlier speakers have also mentioned about it, right? Things like interoperability, how to harness the data in the supply chain, and so on. So today I'm going to talk about our total trade platform. Okay? How to go paperless, how to avoid all the delays that you see in the supply chain, okay, using our total trade platform. So total trade platform may be a concept that is new to some of you. It's a term that we coined in CrimsonLogic. It refers to an inclusive end-to-end value chain in a cross-border trade. Okay? It focuses on three main areas: control, connectivity, and competitiveness. So when you're talking about control, it's the regulatory control. Things like your governance, your risk management, visibility. And visibility, you're talking about visibility of the trader profiles, visibility of the cargo movement, visibility in terms of the documents that are being submitted. So from a business's point of view, they would like to share data with the government in order to build that mutual trust between the businesses and the government in order to expedite clearance and bring down the cost of compliance. Then you're looking at connectivity. So connectivity is also another key element in the trade ecosystem. Connectivity at all levels. We're looking at connectivity B2G, B2B, as well as G2G. So connectivity also refers to seamless data exchange between the businesses and the government. Earlier, Dan spoke about it. He mentioned about how ERP systems are going to be connected to the government system, and you seamlessly harness the data that is in these systems. So that's the connectivity that we are talking about. And then we have finally the competitiveness. The cost of compliance is a key aspect. Okay? It affects the businesses directly in terms of their profitability, as well as impacts the economy as well. Right. So in summary, we're looking at a total trade platform that is a comprehensive solution for both the governments and the businesses to enhance trade connectivity in a more holistic and more efficient manner. We have, the last 30 years, CrimsonLogic, we have implemented single windows in more than 25 countries. We still see quite a lot of challenges, okay, when it comes to the operations, when it comes to the functioning of the single window. You have complexities like your trade barriers, sanctions, you have the pandemic, and so on. So single windows need to be able to adapt and cope with these challenges. It needs to be agile enough to cope with these challenges. Single windows, the focus is just not on the facilitation of the regulatory trade, okay, but it needs to go upstream and it needs to go downstream as well. And it needs to evolve into that ecosystem, enable the community, and evolve into a total trade platform. Besides this, we've also seen other challenges when it comes to becoming a paperless environment. Challenges like your lack of infrastructure. We have challenges like legislation and even change management. So legislation, I think, is key. We've been like since yesterday, many speakers have been talking about the recognizing the transferable documents, including your electronic bill of lading and so on. So legislation, from the government's perspective, they need to have the proper legislation in place in order to be able to recognize these transferable documents. So let me share some of our experience when it comes to implementing the total trade platform in Singapore. We started off way back in 1989. So single window, TradeNet was the first electronic single window that was implemented. It has a very strong WAS community. We built a very strong WAS community. It has connectivity at all levels, B2G, B2B, and so on. Some of the key initiatives, like Trade Trust is one of the key initiatives that we implemented in TradeNet. It is based on the WCO SAFE framework, and we've been able to create a very compliant community by implementing the Trade Trust. So, which means the cost of business as well as the clearance time for the businesses comes down drastically. Then we have another key feature is the single document submission. So single document submission, where traders just need to submit a single document. They don't need to submit a declaration. They don't need to submit permit. It's all harmonized into a single document. Then, so all this, we have managed to build and automate the rules, okay, within the TradeNet. So the processing of all the declarations, it happens like within a minute, okay, for 99% of the declaration due to this automated processing. Okay, then Singapore also implemented the ML-ETR, okay, recently, where we managed to amend the ETA, the Electronic Transaction Act, to recognize transferable bill of ladings. Right, then, so in addition to all these initiatives, like the whole of the TradeNet through the trade exchange has built a very strong ecosystem of value-added service providers. So this value-added service provider ecosystem is able to bring up the service levels, okay, as well as bring in some innovative services to the community. Okay, one such innovative offering is from us, okay, from CrimsonLogic. We also are a value-added service provider. We came up with this single filing service, okay, which basically is a single filing for any imports and exports between Singapore and Malaysia. So businesses just submit the document once, and this document to AI, machine learning, and NLP, we are able to extract the data in this document and then send it to the respective customs. So through this, they're able to save cost, and it also brings down the effort from the business's point of view. Right, so I want to share some of our experience in implementing the total trade platform in other countries as well. So I have a short video. So that's our track record. We've been implementing total trade platforms all across the globe. We have more than 25 implementations now. So initially it started